Hey guys, and welcome to another edition of Football Family Feuds. And today I've got three stories to bring to you. The first one is about our youngster Tino Anjorin, and he's about to put pen to paper on a new 5-year deal. I'll also be talking about Philippe Coutinho's links to Chelsea, and I will be talking about Martinez as well, and the supposedly big money offer he's got on the table from Chelsea. So, before I get into the stories, guys, you know what to do. Hit that like button, and so that you can be in the bell notification as well. You can be notified of all the videos that we make on this channel, and you will be kept in touch, and you won't miss a thing. So, guys, first of all, great news. If you are an advocate of our youth team, because another youngster has not put pen to paper, but is about to put pen to paper in the near future. Just waiting for the go-ahead to sign it, but everything has been agreed. And the youngster is Tino Anjorin. I did a video about him recently. You can go back and have a look at that if you want. I was raving about him after his fantastic performance in the FA Youth Cup, where he totally dominated, and it was like men against boys. He actually ran the show that day when we played, not the last round, the round before that. And so if you haven't seen him play before, think another younger version of Ruben Loftus-Cheek. He's got the same sort of physique as Loftus-Cheek, big, powerful guy, but for a big guy, he's got a nice deft touch. He's got a bit of skill and an eye for goal as well. He doesn't, personally, I don't think he looks as smooth and silky on the ball as Loftus-Cheek, but he's got the similar sort of play and style to him. So he's going to be pending this deal, as I said, till 2025, which is 5 years, which is quite good. And I don't think now that we'll be going in for this Jude Bellingham, because there's talk about us going in for Jude Bellingham from Birmingham. With Loftus-Cheek there, with this guy now signing a new long-term contract, Billy Gilmore coming through the ranks, and Gallagher and other players, then our midfield is really clustered at the moment. So I can't see any other avenues for any players to come in. Maybe an experienced player like a Samadi. As I say experienced, he's 22, but you know what I mean, he's played a few games for Lille already. So maybe somebody of that ilk to come in, because he's different type of midfielder than some of the ones we've got already. He's got a more defensive, he's box to box, but he's more defensive, and he can go play in a two, you know, if we play a 4-2-3-1. So Samaria would be my pick if we were going to be looking at any midfielders to come in to improve our team. Anjorin, I think, as I said, I've been waxing lyrical over this boy, but is he ready to make the breakthrough next season? For me, I don't think he's quite ready yet. I'd probably send him out on loan for a season and see how he progresses with the loan, and then bring him back into the fold this season after. He's played a couple of times for Chelsea when he stepped up into the first team, and to me, he looked a little bit nervy when he came on in both games. There was one where Billy Gilmore put one on the plate for him, but when you step up, you haven't got that time. So it was against Liverpool, he squared it to him. He just wanted that extra touch on the ball. The Liverpool defender came and nicked the ball off him. So he's got to remember, I think it was too easy for him in the youth team. So in the youth team, you can utilise that extra time and space that you have. But in the first team, as I said, it's quicker pace. You've got to think quicker. Billy Gilmore has shown that he could step up straight away, because as soon as he came in, he hadn't looked out of place whatsoever. He's got that confidence. There's certain players that you can see who are just class, and he looked like he had all the time in the world, and it's all in the brain. As I said, Anjorin will get there, but for me, as I said, the step up needs to be more gradual in his case. So a good loan move, probably not in the Championship. If he can get a decent loan move to somebody in the Premier League or in the Bundesliga maybe, where he's guaranteed to play some games, and I think he'll come back a better and stronger player. So well done, the club, in tying up that deal, and our future is looking really, really bright with some of the youngsters which are coming in. Right, on to the next story. This one's about Philippe Coutinho. His name keeps popping up time and time again with links to Chelsea, and there's another one today, or it came out today or yesterday, to say that we are closely following him and we are ready to make a bid for him in the summer. The story went on to say that we're looking for him and Telles. I spoke about Telles yesterday, so I won't prolong this talking about him again. But the Coutinho one is quite interesting. So if we go for Coutinho, then I can't see us going for someone like a Sancho neither, because we already got Ziyech. Coutinho will come in and he will probably occupy that left wing, or he can play as a number 10. I'm not sure what position Frank Lampard would want to play him in if he does come in. Does he suit us? Probably, I don't know. Only time will tell. But if we were to get him, I wouldn't want us to spend 85 million or whatever Barcelona will be wanting. I'd like to see a similar deal with what happened with Bayern Munich, in that we will take him on loan. I think that'll be good. I'll take him on loan for a season, see how he progresses, and if he plays well, then obviously exercise the right to buy. It's quite difficult because sometimes people perform better in different leagues, because I'm hearing some people saying that he's not the player he used to be. Okay, Cesc Fabregas, for instance, brilliant at Arsenal. He was good at Barcelona, but then he was just, players came in, he was forced out of the team, so he wasn't playing as regularly as he used to. Came back to Chelsea, and you all know the rest, guys. He was a revelation when he was at Chelsea. Coutinho was brilliant at Liverpool. He's not quite worked out for him at Barcelona. At Bayern, he's been in and out of the side, so that's why a few people are having a bit of doubts over him. But we never know. If he comes back to the Premier League, he may suit that style of football better. And so, as I said, the loan deal with an option to buy is a no-brainer, really, because we can assess him, and if it works out, fine. If it doesn't, well, don't take up that option. So with potentially Coutinho coming in, Telles looks like it's a definite. I reckon he's as good as ours, but nothing's for certain. He hasn't signed that, put that pen to paper as yet. And Gabriel from Lille as the other one. Our Brazilian contingent would just be going on the up again, because we've always been known to have a strong Brazilian contingent over the last 7 or 8 years. But Willian looks like he's not going to be renewing his contract now, so he would be the last of our Brazilians, I think, because is the other guy still on our books? Remind me of his name, guys. Kennedy, that's him. Kennedy, I think, still on our books, but obviously he's on loan at the moment. And before, we've had the likes of Oscar and other Brazilian players playing for us. You can count Deco, you can count Costa as well, although they Spain and Portugal respectively, but they're still Brazilian born. David Luiz. So yeah, we've had lots of Brazilians playing for us. Ramirez, if we can forget Ramirez and that brilliant goal he scored in the Camp Nou. So Samba football may be returning to Chelsea if we can put off the signing of those 3 players. And finally, it will be quite fun in the changing room. We've got 3 Brazilians, and they may be joined by an Argentinian by the name of LAUTARO Martinez. Because stories have emerged once again about Chelsea's interest in this player, and it says Chelsea have submitted a very high financial offer for the Inter striker LAUTARO Martinez. For me, I doubt, because this has come from a publication called Sport. I read the story, and there's not a lot of there's not a lot of quotes in there, solid quotes for me to make me believe that this story is true. A lot of people on Twitter and other social media are getting excited because a lot of times, as I said, if you really want to believe a story, if you really want a player, you'll believe any story that comes out. But I'm kind of more measured about that. I kind of look at the story in its entirety. I analyze the story and kind of see if it makes sense. And this story, as I said, there wasn't any solid foundations for me to make sense. Because it says that Barcelona are interested in him, but Chelsea are a rival for them because of the substantial offer that they've made, both on wages and the offer that they've given to Inter Milan. But then the story goes on to say, but Barcelona are still confident about getting this player despite Chelsea's advances. So it was only like 4 lines or 5 lines in it, but it makes good stories. And guys, just a warning, there's going to be a lot of stories coming out because we've got no football being played at the moment. Journalists need to make a living. So what better to make up transfer stories to get fans all excited about. But whenever you read a transfer story, kind of do your homework, do your research and see whether it makes sense or not before getting excited about player X, Y or Z, because you could just end up in disappointment. If I was a betting man, out of all the guys that I mentioned, as I said, I think Tellez is probably a certainty. So I can see him definitely donning the Chelsea shirt come next season. And I think that Gabriel from Lille, Magalish, I believe that he's a possibility as well. So I can see those two coming. Coutinho, not sure about. These stories keep coming up, but don't know. I'm on the fence. I don't know if that's solid enough for me. And a Martinez one, I can't see it really. I can see us going for someone more like a Dembele or someone like that who Frank Lampard wants. Let me know your thoughts. Out of all the rumours and everything that you've been reading about, everything that I've been reporting about on this channel, who do you think was more likely to rock up at Stamford Bridge next season? First of all, who do you think is going to come? Who would you like to come? Who would be your dream signings? Your dream, fantasy or not, who would you like to come? And in reality, who do you think will come? As I keep saying, guys, keep safe, social distance, wash your hands, keep that blue flag flying high, and I'll see you on the next video.